Shri Harim Paramanantamupadeshtaramishwaram Vyapagam Sarvalokanam Karanam Tam Bhajamya Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutra Bhashya Kritau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punah Sada Shiva Samarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Varyantam Vande Guru Paramparam Bodhanandam Chakalyanam Malanantamalmajam Sachidanantamalmajam Achidanantagurum. Amrutatman. I am very glad on this occasion to be with you, because nowadays Ayurvedic doctors are eager to become a person like modern medicinal doctors, so much so that they are interested to prescribe patent remedies. What thought changed their mind to attend such a class where the Bhaishajya Kalpana, to study the pros and cons of that subject, that itself is a wonder. So that's why I told you that I am very glad. Perhaps that may be a change as far as their knowledge is concerned. But before entering to the studies of Bhaishajya Kalpana, you should be aware of the aims and objectives of this branch, particularly the branch of Bhaishajya Kalpana in Ayurveda, as well as the history of Ayurveda. Our forefathers put forward many branches of knowledge. But because of modern studies, we cannot assimilate it in proper manner. That's the difficulty, because our logic changed in such a manner that the historical development of that science cannot be believed. So much so that we have to go deep into the realm of our thought, Indian thoughts. Ayurveda aims at Purushartha, likewise other branches of knowledge, Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. Yada Abhyudaya Nishrayasa Siddhi Sa Dharma, according to Jaimini. Artha means of livelihood. Kama means the fulfillment of mundane pleasures. and moksha, salvation. For all these fourfold objectives of human mind, health is the important thing. Our forefathers defined health not like modern man. It is not infirmity, it is not absence of disease. A person who is socially, economically, physically, mentally healthy, then only he can experience the world. To experience the world as well as to experience spirituality, he should be aware of all these things. So much so that they inquired the fundamentals of body, mind, and intelligence. To the substratum of such things. That's why they put forward so many branches of knowledge: Sankhya, Vaisheshika, Nyaya, etc. and etc. In Vaisheshika knowledge, they went to the substratum of matter, say paramandalikas, dhananu, rananu, karshanu, sarganu, etc. and etc. In olden days, not now. So to collect a medicinal plant or to collect a metal or mineral, the physician should have the knowledge of all these things. And more than that, we cannot use plants or metals or minerals as it is. For that, a number of processes should be studied. Whether all these processes can be done in the present day situation where health itself is under trade and commerce. In India itself, we can see medicines come under petroleum department, not under medicine department. Perhaps you may have aware of that. all the medicines. That's why our government cannot respond to the antagonism of medicines. Quantitative antagonism, qualitative antagonism, physiological antagonism. In all such things, there is no rule to resist such things. So, at this juncture, if you are studying in detail of the Bhaishajya Kalpana, you can do a lot of things for the patients. Bhaishajyam, as you know, Hesham, Aroga Bhayam, Jayadidi Bhaishajyam. Any plant or any metal, any mineral can be used as medicine. In Takshila itself, at the time of Atreya, the prince Jivaka reached there to study Ayurveda in detail. But at that time, it was the custom that he has to face the questions of the sentry in front of the university. After facing all the questions of the sentry, then only he can enter to the university campus. Some 7 or 8 students came there. The sentry asked them to collect a plant which has no medicinal value from the 40 hectares of that university. All of them went. In the evening, almost all of them except Jivaka came back with some plants. After 3 or 4 days only, Jivaka came back. His hands were empty, and he told to the security man, there is no such plant. I never seen such a plant which has no Ayurvedic value. Because everything on this earth is composed of the fundamental elements Vata, Pitta, Kapha. Say earth, water, fire, then air and ether. Nowadays, some of you are translating Vata, Pitta, Kapha as phlegm, etc. and etc. I think that's wrong. That is in connection with the fundamental or primary elements of all the things. And accordingly, anything can be used as a medicine. So we have to develop such a mind to use even the poisonous things as medicines. Properly used, all the poisons are medicines. If we are using improperly very good medicines, act as poisons. So, the study of Vaishajya Kalpana or Kalpana Bodhini is very important. Kalpana Vidhi Vidhana Samskara. To convert the raw material, the matter, as medicine. Unlike modern pharmaceutical science, our forefathers converted plants, metals, minerals as medicines to the tiny most, or you can say to the level of Sarganu. So much so that you can use it even to the cellular level, targeting the cells. You can use the medicines. If you are aware of the knowledge of targeting these medicines to the cytological level, then you can treat almost all the diseases. How it can be studied? You take any medicine, after your preparation here, I think there is a practical here, I think, for all of you. After your practical, take that kashaya, take that kwadha, take any leha or krida and test it in nanometers. Now, so many companies are in collaboration with so many modern scientific organizations like our Atomic Space Organization, etc. and etc. to make nanomedicines. You just test the medicines made by you in this training and test it by the help of nanometers and see whether all those medicines are in nanometric level. You will wonder They are not nanocarbon tubes. Really, they are nanodiscs. Some 10 or 15 years back, somebody went to the modern scientific labs to see the Saraswata Arishta, the Chiruvillu, the Kashaya, etc., whether they have any effect as nanomedicine. Almost all the modern people, including Ayurvedic doctors, laughed at him. He sent samples of those medicines made by different companies even. Sent it to America by the help of Krishna Swami Raja, a scientist there. And he checked. And he sent the result to that man. And he asked, how you came to the conclusion that the theory put forward by Charaka or Susruta or the theory of Ayurveda in Atharva Veda contains such a knowledge. How you came to the conclusion? The man said, it is written in Charaka Samhita, Bhava Swabhava Nityatvat, Swabhava Samsiddha Lakshanatvat. From that only. So Bhaishajya Kalpana is very important. That the Kalpana is important. How to convert a medicine. Moreover, unlike modern medicine, Ayurveda uses combination remedies. Yoga Kalpana. In olden works, you can see pharmacognosy, pharmacy, and pharmacology. Namarupa Vijnanam, Kalpa Vijnanam, Dravya Guna Vijnanam. Under Dravya Guna Vijnanam, you can see so many things. Guna Vijnanam and Karma Vijnanam. Bahya Karma, Abhyantara Karma. In modern terms, you can say the pharmacodynamics. So how all these medicines act upon dhadus, say tissues. By trial and error method, modern medicine is running after the symptoms of disease. That's why after taking a medicine, because of the toxic part of that single drug, for each and everything there is a toxic part, there is a non-toxic part. Perhaps you might have studied, or you can study in this camp about Gulgulu and other things. For Gulgulu, after strict purification of that material, otherwise the toxic part will act. So, Kalpana is very important. Vidhi Vidhan. And a medicine can be used with other medicines. For example, in Bala Unmad, nowadays, some more than 20% of Keralite children are senile. Autism is going up. In such a stage, how we can target the brain cells? Amalpuri in Malayalam, Ravolfia serpentina as botanical name, Sarpagantha. It's a good remedy. But that single remedy cannot be used. It has suicidal tendency. Modern man used it for reducing pressure. So many Ayurvedic medicines, so many allopathic remedies by the help of that single drug. After taking those remedies for some 15 or 16 years, suicidal tendency, 16 days, suicidal tendency will occur. And that will affect the heart also. How you can give that remedy for child psychiatry? So there itself, combination of Panal, where in Malayalam, Ashwaghoda in Sanskrit, Glycosmus, some name like that in botanical name, and Vayamba, Vacha in Sanskrit, Acorus, Calamus. Botanical name. If you can take the combination of that remedies, there is no side effect at all. You will get a very good result. Combination remedies are not allowed in modern times. To change Ayurveda into the method of allopathy, our government, our researchers are under the impression that single drug remedy is good. But single drug method is very rare in Ayurveda. So, we should keep in mind what is the difference between single drug usage and combination drug usage. Moreover, in Ayurveda we are not using the active principle of a remedy put forward like modern thought. Because Kashaya, Lehya, Grida, etc. we are boiling the raw materials with water till it reduces to 1/4. Almost all the volatile substances in that vanish. What we are using then? Most of the companies, by the help of chemists, modern chemists, they are using essential oils for asavas and other things. We will not get satisfactory results. It is easy to make. By the help of essential oils, so many medicines are coming. Essential oil factories are heaping up. What is the difference between Ayurvedic pharmacy and modern pharmacy? I think this camp will ensure the olden system of pharmacy and pharmacology together with pharmacognosy. What part of that drug is acting upon rasa, rakta, mamsa, Meda, Asti, Shukra, then Majja. How it can be targeted? How the medicine will work upon Drishta or Adrishta krimis? As old as history, say in Atharva Veda itself, a chapter known as Krimi Prakarana. above 100 remedies are there. That chapter is very interesting. The age-old rishis named almost all the viruses, amoebas, bacteria, etc. How it generates, what is the working condition of such organisms, how it can be tackled. There are a number of remedies. Now modern man is facing so many problems from viruses. I think there is no single remedy against virus nowadays. Because virus will change its form within no time. Some 50 companies worked for making a remedy against virus. Almost all the companies were in non-socialist countries. No socialist country worked for that. It's a wonder. You can inquire whether it is true or false. Now, 45 of these companies stopped their research. Only 5 companies are working upon that, spending money for that. While in Atharva Veda itself, a number of remedies. Now people of Kerala are facing most dangerously 3 viruses. Human papilloma virus, HPV, human birth virus, HBV, human child virus, HCV. Proper study of Bhaishajya Kalpana, an Ayurvedic physician can do a lot of things there. And if you people have a working knowledge of Ayurveda, you can help the people in many ways. But the thing is that because of your study up to 12th standard, through our universities, we have a reverence towards modern methods. Even though we are Ayurvedic doctors, our mind is not accepting the fundamentals of that science. We ourselves are considering it as a superstition. Somebody took some plant and gave. It helped. Some others took some other plant and gave. That also helped. Without a scientific procedure, without a theory, they wrote all these things in some books. What is the need of studying all these things? These humbugs. Change your mind. Study the olden works in detail. For that, a working knowledge of Sanskrit is necessary. If it is impossible, collect such works with the translation of olden books in regional languages. Even then, you will get a working knowledge of that. There are a number of remedies against Drishtakrimi as well as Adrishtakrimi. Krimayaha, Drishtaha, Adrishtaha. From Atharva Veda it is written. For example, for human papilloma virus, HPV, almost 80% of ladies of Kerala are affected by this virus. Particularly in cervix. RCC conducted a research in 95 in Kollam district. Almost all the samples they took contain HPV. Cancer is heaping up because of these viruses. Certain amount of cancer. HPV, HBV, HCV. Why it was not so in olden days? Even without studying the theory, the practical, say therapeutics, came down to the earth. Illiterate Keralite ladies were aware of this virus. Nowadays, before pregnancy, say after marriage, husband and wife first reach to a gynecologist. After thorough checkup, even after post-coitus test, they are thinking of a child. At least Once in 2 weeks, they are going for the checkup. She is going for the checkup. Almost all of them delivers the child in the hospital, super specialty hospital. Even after all these precautions, all child psychiatric problems, autism, muscular atrophy, etc. for the child, most of the Keralite ladies are delivering only one child. Even after that, breast cancer, uterus cancer, ovarian cancer, cyst in ovaries, fibroid in ovaries, etc. and etc. Why? Giving birth to a child in her own house without these medications, not only one child, some minimum 4, up to 12 or 15, I think. Am I right? Because in olden days, after delivery, for 15 days, they used a medicine. They studied about it time immemorial. They knew the usage. They may not be aware of the theory behind it. Clerodendron viscosum. You might have heard of that. Peruga, Peringalam, Uruveran in Trivandrum, Tirthaplavila in Payanur, etc.
Black seed of
They used the root of that. By using rice, they made ada, and they used it for 15 days minimum. At the time of menopause, it worked even to the deepest realm of human body. So, it never allowed the virus to enter into the body. How? They studied the Kalpa Jnanam of such remedies. What is the Bahya Karma as well as Abhyantara Karma of those remedies? There are a number of remedies like that, targeting the virus, targeting the amoeba, targeting the site of disease, say targeting the organs, etc. and etc. Modern science, even now, telling us that there is no remedy for certain brain cells which are decaying. We cannot regenerate certain brain cells. Doctors are telling the patient that this is because of decaying of brain cells. There is no remedy till now for regenerating these brain cells. Once a PWD engineer, civil engineer, one Shenoy, according to modern doctors, his brain changed into liquid form. One of his sons, a famous pharmacist with a master's degree, and one is an eminent doctor. His family is a family of doctors. After much medication, they sent him to Mukunda hospital, and he is laying there as a vegetable. At that juncture, somebody told his uncle, an eminent doctor, to give some Ayurvedic remedies. This man went to an old Ayurvedic man. He went there and saw him. He came back and gave 2 or 3 remedies, that much. One an oil made from freshwater snail. The meat of freshwater snail with milk of coconut. Boiling the milk of coconut with this meat. But actually, that was not the process. That man told him, this is not the right process. We have to take the oil from the egg of freshwater snail. It can be collected at the time of rainy season. Rainy season, that egg can be collected. Now it is very difficult because we are giving manures and pesticides to the field. So it is very difficult to get freshwater snail. Since the eggs are not easy to collect, I can help you by taking the meat. It may work. If it is egg, definitely it will work. It is written there in older books. Not only in olden books, in Kerala, there was a Gotra previously, Nadis, Nadigal in Malayalam. At the time of marriage ceremony, etc., they will come to the house. After the marriage, the leaves are thrown with used food. They will collect all the used food. They are using that food. You might have seen such persons. You people may not, because you are too young. In olden days it was like that. While coming to the house, if a child, the saliva is coming out, after seeing the child, suddenly they will collect this freshwater snail and keep a piece of a crystal of salt into the mouth of that freshwater snail. Suddenly it will become water. And they will keep the water to the tongue of that child. That will change the brain cells. There itself there is a samskara vidhi by using that salt. That is very important. Sodium chloride is used for that. They may not be aware of the theory behind all these things. They know the therapeutics behind it. Explaining all these things, that old man told the doctor, I can make a remedy for this patient. If it works, it is good. He made that oil and another nadi kashayam, then siddha magaradvaya. I think these were the 3 remedies he gave. After 15 days, this man called his uncle through the phone. After 90 days, he walked. The modern doctor astonished. The man explained all the theory behind that. Likewise, a number of knowledge is there. So to target the organs, to target the cells, we should have a working knowledge of pharmacy, pharmacology and pharmacognosy, particularly karma vijnana. I took too much time, I think, because a number of subjects